Being in the right place at the right time.
I heard a noise in the hallway and I said, that doesn't sound right. And I said, Gage, are you choking? And he indicated to me he was, and he was getting light in this area, you know, when lack of oxygen, and he was purple everywhere else, and his eyes were bulging, and I just looked at him and said, oh my gosh, I need to do something.
Today on Delmarva Life, you're going to see how quick thinking and training saved this 8th grader from choking to death. Plus, we're going to learn the right and wrong way to perform the Heimlich maneuver, and it's not a one-size-fits-all method.
Is your child a picky eater, or is it a sign of something more serious? We share ways to know the difference and how to help your child overcome that rite of passage habit.
The habit of using crumb rubber is currently under fire due to its suspected health risks.
It's more than my gut. It's what I read and the number of toxicologists and researchers and people that have that have heard about the story and told me that I'm not wrong.
Coming up, we discuss the artificial turf debate and share some interesting alternatives.
This young man's life has been filled with alternatives, trying to give him hope and a different life after his mother abandoned him to die.
She threw me in the middle of the night in the road, and then she on the middle of the road, like when the car passed, so somebody can hit me and I can die.
Hear his story of how he overcame some of life's most impossible odds.
What are the odds of this happening one time, let alone 8? We're going to show you the flip being shown around the world and talk with a player who's mastered it.
How many of you spent hours mastering Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, or Tetris? Turns out you can relive those hours spent gaming during your youth at the National Video Game Museum. We share a preview.
And this movie preview, this date nearly 26 years ago, our Sean Stryker catches a ride in a DeLorean with a familiar face to discuss what did and what did not come true as predicted in the 1989 blockbuster. Delmarva Life starts right now.
Good afternoon, I'm Lisa Bryant.
I'm Jimmy Hopple. Welcome to Delmarva Live from Historic Studio D.
All right, so we've talked about the cooler temperatures. We've talked about the beautiful leaves on the trees changing color. Let's talk about harvest time.
Oh, yeah.
In the fall, yeah. That means slow-moving large agricultural vehicles will be on our roads. You know what I'm talking about. Now, DelDOT and the Department of Ag is urging drivers to be alert for the presence of farm vehicles and practice safe road sharing techniques. Remember, they're not out there to slow you down. They're not trying to ruin your day.
As a matter of fact, I start to say I ran into one. I didn't really. Came up to an intersection, and there was a big harvester on the other side, and I'm not sure what they call the big thing in the front.
Yeah.
It was still attached. That took up both lanes and part of both shoulders. I'm
what do I
do now? He turned, so everything was good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we want to kick off our hot topics with a huge congratulations this afternoon to Delaware's 2016 State Teacher of the Year. Meet Sandra Hall. The North Smyrna Elementary School 4th grade teacher received the honor in front of 475 invited guests at a banquet last night in Dover. Education was a second career for Hall, who was 44 when she became a full-time teacher. She has a background in business. She became a mother at the age of 31 and discovered a love for fulfilling her daughter's intellectual needs.
And that's what it's all about, right? Absolutely. Well, giving women a hand up is one of the things that Soroptimist International does, and the Talbot County chapter is looking for award applications. The Live Your Dream Award and the Violet Richardson Award are two financially funded awards. Now, here are last year's recipients with officers from Talbot Soroptimist International. The Violet Richardson Award recognizes and honors young women between the ages of 14 and 17 for their volunteer action and commitment to the community. And the Live Your Dream Award helps women who are the primary wage earners with higher education costs. If you want some more information, you can go to our website and click on our picture at the top of the page.
Talking about education, congratulations to more high school students who are taking advantage of their education. Delaware's graduation rates went from 80% in the 2012-2013 school year to 87% in the following school year, the biggest increase in the nation. U.S. Department of Education says the nationwide graduation rate, a record 81%.
Wow.
Nationwide, 36 states saw overall increases in graduation rates, with the three largest being in Delaware, Alabama, and Oregon.
And hopefully they're moving on to college. And yeah, I know it can be stressful, very stressful. Some students at UMES got to relieve some of that stress and raise money for homecoming festivities. One by one, students lined up to take swings at a car donated by Eden Used Auto Parts. This is the second year for what they call the car bash. It's midterms, so they're all, you know, they're stressed out.
Can we do one of those around?
You think?
That'd
Yeah,
be awesome.
that's a good
Anyway,
idea.
As students at UMES continue to cram for midterms, education leaders in Delaware are working to increase students' knowledge about the environment. Governor Jack Markell recently released the final state environmental literacy plan. It was drafted through the combined efforts of the 24-member Delaware Children in Nature Coalition. In the works since 2010, the guidelines outline what educators and organizations can do to help protect the environment.
Well, local golfers will be showing their appreciation for the great outdoors. Friday at the Pink Ribbon Golf Classic Tournament, the 19th annual Cancer Research Benefit will be at the Ocean City Golf Club. Here's what you need to know if you want to participate. Now, the Pink Ribbon Golf Classic Tournament benefiting breast cancer research will be held, like we said, at the Ocean City Golf Club on Friday. Registration begins at 11 a.m. And if you want some more information, give Nancy a call at 410-251-6555. Now, if you're not into chasing little white balls all over the country, how about stealing some tiles from your neighbor? The 7th annual Mahjong tournament is tomorrow at the Golden Sands Resort. You can sign up there to play, and the top 3-point earners will receive prizes. Now, the Mahjong tournament will be at the Golden Sands Resort on 109th Street. Registration begins at 9 and play begins at 10. For more information, contact Darlene Botts at 410-409-7528.
I've never learned to play that.
Me neither.
Mahjong. Last year, by the way, 116 players and 4 volunteers helped raise more than $5,500 for the American Cancer Society. I want to say something real quick. Had a health scare for a local leader, a good friend of mine, as a matter of fact. We want to send our best wishes to Sussex County Councilman Sam Wilson. He's at Christiana Hospital after a stroke at his home near Georgetown County. County spokesperson Chip Guy says while he's got a long road ahead of him, he is expected to make a full recovery. So
that's good news.
Yes,
it's going to make that recovery. Okay, so sometimes the most unlikely pairing can turn into a lifelong friendship. I mean, look at you and me. In other words, opposites attract. Take Kumbali and Kago, for example. Kumbali is a cheetah cub that was abandoned by her mother, or his mother rather. Kago is a puppy rescued by a zookeeper from the Metro Richmond Zoo.
Oh my.
They were paired because cheetahs are very social. They need companionship. And as you can tell, it's turned into a match made in heaven.
Oh my goodness.
Let's all say it together.
Aww. Okay, even I have to admit that was kind of cute.
Yeah, they sure look like they're having a lot of fun rolling around in that grass. And you know, our kids often like to do the same thing, particularly when they're on the playing field. But there's a lot of chatter right now regarding artificial turf. Hear why some say it can make you sick, while others say it's perfectly safe. Plus, what alternatives some are turning to until this debate is settled.
Well, there's no debate here. Certain foods can be choking hazards, and one middle school student knows that all too well. You're going to hear his scary story and who's being hailed as a hero for saving him. Also going to get a hands-on lesson on some techniques that can help someone if they're ever in a similar situation.
Well, here's a situation our Sean Stryker doesn't mind one bit. Yeah, he's cruising in a DeLorean, celebrating Back to the Future Day. A little later, he takes a look at how the movie predicted life would be like today. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future. Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897. Hertrick family of automobile dealerships, your local York and LG dealers, and State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.